Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prize Picks video. This one we're talking about the NBA for Thursday, May 2nd. We have 5 picks in this video for you guys to consider, so stay tuned to hear all 5 of the picks. If you guys want more picks, we have 5+ cappers in here, including myself in the private Discord, giving out additional picks on Prize Picks on Underdog. You can see some cappers give out a ton of picks. Yesterday I gave out 4 more NBA picks on Prize Picks and an Underdog slip. All of the NBA picks hit, as you can see here in my private channel. Ton of big wins in the Discord, so get over here, check it out. Underdog Prize Picks flip. It's less than $1 per day. So if you guys want access to a ton more picks, see how we're winning, hitting those slips, definitely check out the private Discord. It'll be the top comment and the top of the description for this one. Let's get into it. First game, going to Siakam here, under on his PRA of 35.5. Siakam obviously had some monster games early in this series, not ones that I'm accustomed to him having here, and it's not a line that he's been hitting a lot this year. So going to be going to the under on Siakam in this one. We could take a look at him over on Outlier, which is a great tool for player props that I use every single day. If you want to check it out, they have a free trial. Just use the link down below to get that free trial for 7 days. You can see the 35.5 PRA. He's only hit this a third of the time this season. The cool thing you can do is, since he's only been on the Pacers for like half the season, you can look at games with Tyrese Halliburton. Exact same hit rate though at 33%. You can also see in his last 10, just those 2 massive outlier games in this series where he's hit this, the last 3, he's been under 30 in all the last 3 in this series as well. Some other guys definitely have been stepping up. For the Pacers, I'm liking Halliburton more in this game, and then Miles Turner has been playing extremely well in the last few before the last game as well. So Siakam not having to do it all as much, with some other guys stepping up in the playoffs. So just a really high line for him. Thinking other guys are going to step up again in this one. Siakam's not going to have to do it all, so going to be going to the under on him, but then going to the over on Halliburton, just going to the straight points here. Definitely a line that he's hit a lot this season and really has struggled with his shot in this series, but honestly has been hitting this. I think he's hit this twice in this series and has been really close, another time, but his shot just was not falling last game. I think it's going to be a different story for Halliburton in this one, and I think he can hit this line. Just watching that game, he was just missing wide open threes, but this is a line he's hit 60% of the time this season. I do expect huge minutes for Halliburton in this one. He only averaged 32 on the season because of injuries. There were a good amount of games, where he played, like a stretch here where he played under 22 minutes for like 5 games in a row. And then even in the playoffs, there have been some blowouts. Like last game, they lost by 23. Game before that, they won by 13, so they only played 32, 33 minutes. But game before that, he played 45 minutes. Game before, 37. First game, 37 as well. So I think we're going to see a closer game, and he's going to play at least 35 in this game. When he plays 35 minutes, this is a hit rate of 79% this season. So really high hit rate when he plays the minutes. Also, we can look at last game when he only got 16. Game before that, 24. Game before, 18. That game where he got 16, he was 4 of 10 from 3, which actually is a good percentage, but he had so many wide open looks that he missed, and he's been shooting a ton. Shot 12 threes the game before that and 12, and made 1 in the game before that. So he's been getting up over 10 threes a game in the last 3 on average. I think this is a line that he could potentially smash here. So I'm liking Halliburton on the over back at home. And then for the next pick, we're going to come over to OddsJam here, which is another tool that has a free trial. If you want to check it out, 7-day free trial down below with that link. You can also get 25% off if you want to continue using this after. But basically how it works is they give you their top percent chance to hit based on value from what other sports books have. So Prizepicks, Underdog, those sites. Like Kelly Oubre here, one of their favorite picks over the points plus rebounds at 16.5. It's 17.5 on FanDuel. DraftKings has it at minus 135. So that's basically how this works. They'll give you the top value percent chance to hit based on other sports books and their formula. So I'm also liking Kelly Oubre here. He was limited with an illness in the last game, but still had a decent game playing through it. The overtime definitely helped. I think he had 4 points in overtime. But for Oubre here, 16.5, we can look at this one on Outlier as well. Just a line that he should be smashing here. Basically their third option in the offense on the season. He's hit it 59% of the time. And coming down here to the series, he's hit this in the last 3 games in the series. He's played some massive minutes in this series. If we look at the minutes on the season, he only averages 30. But in this one, in the last 3, he played 39, 39, 38. Game before that, played just 25 for some reason. And then in the first game, he played almost 39 as well. So he's playing huge minutes. You know, you can do on Outlier here is give him at least 35 here. Then it's a 95% hit rate, 21 of 22 games. So I'm liking Kelly Oubre here. I've been looking for how like his health is with the illness. Haven't heard anything because he did have an illness last game. Didn't look the best, but still got there on this line. Got to 18. But I think if he's feeling better, he could have a nice game here as well. So liking him from that Odds Jam pick. Check him out. Link down below for finding top value and a little arbitrage, I guess you could call it, over on Odds Jam. So great tool. Let's move on to the next picks here. We're going to go to Tyrese Maxey. Obviously, huge game last one. I expect him to have another solid game here, but I'm going to go to the points plus assists. He's been handing out a lot of assists as well. It's at 33.5. Going to be taking the over. Obviously, he could just get there with the straight points, but has been assisting pretty well in this one too. So, going to go to Maxey here. We can look at him. I think his line for points was at 27. I just saw it actually went down from 27.5, but we can look at the points plus the assist. It's not going to look good on the season because obviously he's playing way more minutes here, but they have it at 34.5. We're getting it at 33.5 on an alternate line. It's actually a 45% hit rate, higher than I thought on the season. And last game he had 55 combined, but he's still been handing out a good amount of assists in this series as well. We could see he had 9 assists last game, 6, so we need a little more than 6. We need 7, if he gets to that line of 27 points. 7 the game before that, 10 before that, and just 4 in the first game. But I think he's going to have another huge game going back to him here, unless they figured out a completely new game plan to shut him down. Liking Maxey, and we didn't even talk about the minutes yet. 38 on average this season, which includes the playoffs. But last game played 52 minutes. Game before that, 43, 41, 44, 43, 44. 41 is the least amount of minutes he's played in this series. I don't know how many games he's played. At least 41 this year, 22 games, and this hit rate jumps up to 59% on this one. So, going to go to Maxey here over on the points plus assists. Then we're going to go to a Knicks pick here. We're going to go to OG Anunoby, who also is playing just all the minutes he can handle. DiVincenzo is the one who has seen his minutes on the downtick. I'm going to go to him just on the fantasy score here. I do like him on the points, but I hate taking the flat, just 15.0. With fantasy score, it's different because you get a lot of decimal scores in there with rebounds and assists and things like that. So the flat score doesn't matter as much. It's usually going to be a decimal number when it comes out in the end. So liking Anunoby here on the fantasy score. We can see last game he got there 29.2, 40.8, 29.8. So the last 3 he's been smashing it, and I think he's coming on in this series and it's going to play a big role in this game. We can look up him on Outlier here and we could see just how many minutes he has been playing. He played 50 minutes in the last game with the overtime, 47 the game before that, 39 before, 36, and 31. So the minutes on the uptick. Every game he's gotten more and more minutes. I doubt he continues that trend and gets over 50 this game, but I still think high 30s at least, maybe even 40 minutes in this one. And then we can look at the fantasy score. 45% hit rate on the season, but average just 34 minutes. That includes the playoffs. If we look at games where he's played 38 minutes or more, hit this in 7 of 11 games. So like an OG, think he's going to be in for another nice game here. And if you guys want more picks, you guys see all these hits in the private Discord. We give out a ton more picks. We have 5+ cappers giving out picks. Over here, you could see underdog picks and a ton of prize picks from our cappers. I give out more picks as well over here on both platforms. You could see the hits as well. So definitely check it out. It's less than $1 per day to get in there. So we'll see you in the Discord and subscribe to the channel.